What's up, everybody? This is Chris Surratt bringing you another edition of the Car Concierge Show Weekend Review. On today's show, we're going to touch on a little bit of sports and head over to Las Vegas and check out UFC 306 Noche UFC, which was an awesome event held at the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're also going to tap into some current events and visit Shannon Sharpe, aka Unc, and discuss his recent events of turning on the camera when he didn't want to. Yeah. And last but not least, of course, we're going to jump into some politics and check out what Trump is saying about his new tax cuts. All right, first up, we're going to head out to the Las Vegas Strip again and check out a great event that happened at the Sphere in Las Vegas, a new place, completely circular event hall, as it were, with the ability to show things on the pillar of the venue, I guess. It was awesome event, awesome time to be had. Of course, it's Mexican Independence Week, or I think Mexican Independence Day is tomorrow, but they've been pretty much celebrating it all week. So this was Noche UFC. Had a lot of great Mexican fighters involved. So it was just an awesome event all the way through. And I think there was a Canelo fight as well, but I didn't get a chance to check that. I was too into the UFC 306 Noche UFC event. So, of course, let's talk about what happened. Couple of fantastic fights. We got to see our friend Brian Ortega take on Diego Lopez, which Diego Lopez pretty much dominated that fight. Pretty much dominated from the beginning to the end. Brian Ortega, as great a fighter as he is, he's lost a step or two, but Diego Lopez tried his best to take him out. It looked like he's about to take him out in the first round. Got a nice knockdown, but Ortega was able to bounce back, able to continue out and finish out the 3 rounds. So it was a great fight, but Diego Lopez did come out on top of Brian Ortega. Next up, we saw our girl Valentina Shevchenko, and she went against Alexa Grasso. And the last time she went against Alexa Grasso, which was, if memory serves me correctly, at the last Noche UFC event last year, Alexa Grasso came out on top, and it was pretty much a upset, if as it were, because Valentina's the shit. Valentina Shevchenko's the shit. And she demonstrated it this time around by beating Alexa Grasso over the course of 5 rounds. Was very, very back and forth. Valentina did do a lot of her standard, grounded pound, her standard ground submissions, to the point where she had Alexa Grasso on the ground for the majority of those 5 rounds. But Alexa Grasso did fight back. It was back and forth for a little while, but of course, Valentina came out on top again, as she always does. She did her beautiful dance at the end. And last but not least, the main event, Sean O'Malley against Mishap Dashavilla. And it was Mishap dominated Sean O'Malley from the beginning. This was very unfortunate for Sean O'Malley. Very surprising to many people. No one really saw Sean O'Malley getting dominated like he did. Had a couple opportunities in like the 3rd round, maybe a couple of chances in the 5th round where Mishap was getting tired, but Dashavilla just stayed on top of him the whole time. Just dominated him on the ground, was beating him up. Good ground and pound, good punches on the feet, and O'Malley just couldn't get behind his punches. He couldn't get any real good punches in on Mishap. So Mishap took the belt, and it was unanimous. Sean O'Malley just didn't have a chance. Everybody saw from beginning to end. Sean O'Malley just wasn't there last night. And Dashavilla took the belt. It's a great fight, great event. As always, love us some UFC 306, UFC, or Noche UFC, as it was called because of Mexican Independence Day. Great event, great night, and we enjoyed ourselves very much so. All right, next up, We're going to dive into some current events, as it were, and check out my man Shannon Sharpe, where he had a couple of events that occurred to him. Not a couple of events. Our man Shannon Sharpe, one of the great orators of our time this day. He's, of course, big in ESPN. He was on Fox. He's got the Club Shay Shay going. He's just all over the place. Specifically after the Cat Williams interview, he has become pretty much just the talk of the town. And the young man, not young man, Unc, as he were, a couple years older than I am, had a incident where it was a recording or a live. It was an IG live where he went live, and he was in the middle of concourse or sexual gratification with the young lady, and it was on display for everybody on IG, and he didn't seem to know it was going on. So first we're gonna check out what happened. We're gonna check this out real quick. We're gonna see what he had to say about it, then we're gonna give our little thoughts on it.
Can you get this dick in here? Right there. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle.
I'm sorry. Woo! Okay. All right. So, and okay. Subsequently, Shannon Sharpe spoke on this. Had to clear it up, as it were, and let people know that it wasn't fake, or it was just a man doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's check out what he had to say real quick, and then we'll go from there.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm gonna call my sister. My friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone, staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off, and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie, and he said, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again, because you call me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank. It dropped. I run my accounts, but Jordan, being the good Samaritan, the good soldier that he is, Jordan the one that cut it off. Because hell, I didn't even know it was up. Jordan put the message up. And then after I called my agent, the agency, I called ESPN. I was like, I just got this good, tell them the truth. I said, I just got to tell them the truth. My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bullshitting. 5 minutes before I came on, phone rings. It's Cat Williams. What's up? The first thing out of his mouth, guess what he said, Ocho?
Wow.
You ain't gay today?
Hey, listen.
I said, man.
Hey,
I
listen.
said, come on, Cat. He's like,
Hey,
See, all right. Man, matter of fact, let's keep going.
What I really hate is when people have to answer questions for Shannon Sharpe. Ever since I've been able to talk, I've been able to answer questions. My family, my friends, you are gonna have to. You gotta ask, man, what was doing? Why did he do that? What happened, Ocho? Where
Yes,
was
sir.
he?
Right.
My sister, my mom, my brother, my kids, people that shouldn't have to answer for Shannon. Shannon's grown.
Yeah.
Shannon's 56.
Yeah.
Still get it in, y'all see. But anyway, I'm just saying, Ocho. I'm just in news sites and agencies. Man, will y'all start reaching out? I know what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to look see who I follow and who follow me and try to put two and two together. Y'all involving people that ain't got ish to do with this. Y'all not gonna figure it out.
Right.
Y'all not. But don't bring people. If you have definitive proof and you want to reach out and they have a conversation with you, okay, that's fine. But to arbitrarily just call people because her name might be Michelle or her name might be Nichelle or her name might be some, come on now, be better than that.
We better than that. All right, okay. I didn't really want to talk about this, but I might as well. So, all right. Here's my big thing with this. The man said that he's never been on IG Live. You have to realize how hard it is to go live on IG. And I'm saying, and I did it, and when this first came out, and I was like, man, this can't be true, or it's crazy that happened to him. I'm like, no, man, no, it's never. I've never seen it be easy, or how can it be that his IG live popped on from him throwing his phone on the bed? Is my whole thing. That's my whole thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I tried it. What I did was I had both of my phones on Instagram, my iPhone and my regular phone, both phones on Instagram, and I'm throwing them on my bed, you know what I'm saying, see if anything will pop, anything will change, anything will flip off. And every time it would just change, it would come out of IG and go back to the main screen on both phones, my iPhone and my other phone. So I can't get down with the idea that this man threw his phone on his bed and IG Live just came on. And, and I watched Cam and everybody clowning him, because of his sexual endeavors or whatever, and they trying to figure out who the young lady was that he was having sex with, if it was a young lady. And it's me personally, I really think this is just a ploy. In the beginning, I thought it was a ploy by him to try to concrete the idea that he's not gay. Because it's always that. And that's, I personally think that's why he said the whole Cat Williams thing. Why would he even say that if he wasn't trying to keep on the narrative that he was having sex with a woman, and that proves that he's not a gay man. And of course he's been fighting the whole thing with the orange bag and the green jogger suit or whatever. He's been fighting homosexual, tropes or about him because of his stylist, or all kinds of situations being trying to say that he was homosexual forever. And I first personally thought this was just a ploy for him to go about trying to prove that he's not homosexual and to prove that he's having sex with women. But right now, you know what I think this is? I think this is a big ass commercial for Rose Sparks. I think this is a big ass commercial because you know what I noticed after this event? You know, I've seen at least 3 or 4 Shannon Sharpe Rose Spark commercials on Instagram or when I'm watching TV or when I'm on my computer. Ever since this thing happened, all I've seen is his commercial, not just any commercial, but particularly his commercials for Rose Sparks. Facebook, Instagram, any social media site that I've gone on to, I've seen a commercial for Rose Sparks, the ED medication that he is a sponsor for. And that's what I think this is. I think this is a big ass commercial. It's just a big ass worldwide commercial that he is into, and that it's crazy, man. I love it though. I really do. I love the fact that it's like, you know what it's like? For me, it's like when Snoop did the whole thing where he was gonna stop smoking, and it wasn't about him stopping smoking. It was a smokeless burner that he was selling. It's just a big old commercial, guys. It's what these guys do. It's another perfect way for them to make money, sponsorships, keep things going, keep them in the public eye, keep them in people's mouths. It's perfect, and it's a great thing to do. You know, Shannon, forgive me if it's really all that and that you really honestly just threw your phone on the bed and your IG Live came on, which I highly don't think that happens, because, man, I'm telling you, on my Google phone to go IG Live, you have to go to IG and then scroll from like Reel or whatever the thing is, photo to live, which is at the end, and then push it to go live. It's not easy. It's not as easy as throwing your phone in the bed for IG Live to pop up. So, for me, this is just a big old Rose Sparks commercial. So if you having ED problems, get you some Rose Sparks. Shannon Sharpe definitely endorses them. And you've seen the results. You've heard the results, even on our show today. All right, my friends, last but not least, of course, we've been getting deeper and deeper into the political agenda, deeper and deeper into the presidential parties, ideas, and politics. And not too long ago, Kamala came out with her set of politics or a set of ideas that she wanted to run with, as you know, the policies that she's going to change when she gets into office. $25,000 for new home buyers if they paid their rent in, you know, consistently over 2 years. You know, was some $16,000 tax credit. All these policies that, for me, when I heard her policies, my first thought was that the policies that she's putting in place will only assist certain people. That's my thing. I really, when it comes to these policies, you know, if these policies don't affect everybody around me, then I'm going to look at them differently. You know, specifically, like if your policies that are based around children are not going to help people whose children are grown. You know what I mean? Policies based around you know, new home ownership it's not going to help people who already own homes. And that's, you know, that's how I felt about the policies that she put in place. I'm not saying that they were bad. They're good policies. Definitely good policies for our children. Not great policies for people of my age or people around my age. You know, some policies that would have helped people older than me for medication purposes and stuff like that. But what Trump came out with was a policy around no taxation on tips. So we're going to check this out really quickly, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to get you guys out of here for this Sunday.
Saying that as part of our additional tax cuts, we will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means? Think of that. Think of that. Think of that. That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people. And you know, I went to some economists, great ones, and I said, what do you think? They said, it would be unbelievable. You'll get a whole new workforce by doing that. No taxes on overtime. The people who work overtime are among the hardest working citizens in our country. And for too long, no one in Washington has been looking out for them. Those are the people that really work. They're police officers, nurses, factory workers, construction workers, truck drivers, and machine operators. It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break, and that's what we're doing, because this is a good one. And I think it's going to be great for the country. So that's why we will be saying that if you're an overtime worker, when you're past 40 hours a week, think of that. Your overtime hours will be tax-free. Okay? Good? You're going to have it. And unlike Biden, where he tells you that you don't have to pay your school tuition and he gets rejected, then he goes again and again. Now it's totally gone. Or as they say in politics, it's debunked. It's gone. That was terrible. You know, he kept saying to these students, no more loans, which was very unfair to the millions of people that actually paid off their loans over the years.
Okay, so, and he spoke mainly about overtime, but I was pretty much really thinking about his no taxation on tips. And my question really is does that include like bonuses and commissions that we receive? Bonuses and commissions are really big in the automotive industry, particularly for like, you know, at the dealerships for car salesmen, or for in the service industry for service advisors. They get bonuses, you know, based off of, you know, the selling of certain products, the getting, you know, so many oil change services done, so many transmission fluid services done, things like that. They get bonuses, which are considered tips. And I wonder, and of course commissions and stuff like that, and I wondered if that was included in what he said as well. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more investigation on exactly what they mean by no taxation on overtime and tips. But if it was true, and if this was the case on what he plans to do when it comes to this situation, or this no taxation on tips, if it includes overtime, bonuses, and commissions, that is very fruitful for a large majority of the people. And that's what's important. If these rules, if these policies, if these new ideas, for me, there has to be some importance on who they help. And if it's a policy that is only going to hurt a certain sector, only going to help a certain sector of people, then, you know, it doesn't hold as much weight on policies that will help the majority. You know, the majority of people that like work, do overtime or get bonuses and tips and commissions. That's a large percentage of the world, of specifically of the United States. Lots of people get commissions. Lots of people work on tips and bonuses, overtime. So if these policies do come to fruition, then they would help a lot of people. And that was my biggest gripe, about the policies that we saw with Kamala Harris, because her policies are mainly going to assist the younger generation, which I don't have a problem with. I'm not saying I have a problem with that. It's a great thing. You know, most of the people that these policies don't help have lived their lives, so these policies will help those younger people to advance their lives in a better place, to make, you know, changes, make the world better for the younger people. And then it's a great thing. But for me, this policy, or this idea of the no taxation on tips and overtime and commission, would just benefit more people all around. It would not only benefit the young people, but it benefit the older people as well that are continuing to work. And that's why I think it's a great idea. So, not saying who you should vote for. That's not what we're going to do around here. But we will say that policy-wise, we want policies that are going to help the majority and not the minority. All right, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, it's a beautiful Sunday. We're going to go out here and enjoy Mexican Independence weekend because Mexican Independence Day is tomorrow. But there's lots of Mexican Independence Day festivities that I'm going to go to right now and enjoy. So you do the same. I'm Chris Sarai. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit me in the DMs if there's any more subjects that we need to touch on. And I'm out. Peace.